Today we're harvesting potatoes from the garden, and I'm going to talk about how I planted them, how to know it's time to harvest, and what we do to store them long term. Here in the garden are our white potatoes. And this is the first time that I've planted potatoes in the garden. Last year we did it in containers, did not get a good yield. There's a video posted of that, of our potato fail. I'll put a link in the description if you want to see that. This year we did red potatoes in some of our planting bags, and we had an okay yield and learned a couple of things. So we're curious of how the white potatoes are going to do in the soil. Now the one thing that I experimented with, instead of hilling soil because I didn't have more soil to hill, I hilled with straw. And this is on the drip irrigation, but the irrigation is under the straw at where the roots will be. So we'll see how our yield is. We are in mid-July, and as you can see, the potatoes look dead. And that's the time to harvest potatoes. When the tops look terrible, then the potato should be at its full growth stage. We're going to get in here, we're going to pull back the straw, and then I've got my potato fork, and we're going to start digging up the potatoes, and we'll see how much we got. Maybe we'll have to go get another crate. I don't know. And I said these were white potatoes, but it looks like maybe I snuck in a red. Come in close and I'm going to show you what I'm seeing. Just get in here. Remember, we're going to have to change the focus. So I'm seeing potatoes right on top of the soil and just under the straw. Now these are nice red potatoes, which, like I said, I thought these were all whites. Look at this guy. Look at this one. Wow, that's a huge red potato. These are a lot bigger than the reds that we had in the containers. Let me keep pulling back straw here. Maybe we'll get into the whites. Some little guys. Got some lizard action. So here's a white potato. It is a little bit gnarly looking. Here's another nice white. It's also split. These whites are all split open. We will have to do a little research and see what causes the splitting. You can see here, this is my drip irrigation tube. And we're gonna have to dig down because it still looks like there's potatoes farther down. We're just going to keep moving the straw back. Hope there's no other critters in here that are going to give me a scare. White potatoes that are all split open and crazy looking. Got some little guys here. That's what's left of the seed potato. That's gross. All right, let me finish moving the straw out of the way, and then we'll move back in and see what we get when we dig. I got all of the straw pulled back, and I found several more of the white potatoes, good size, but all split open. So I'm going to come in now with the fork and start working back the soil and see what's under the soil. I'm going to start here near the edge so I don't stab any potatoes. There's a nice one. Oh, there's a nice one that's not split. It's another big one, split. There's a small one. So you can see the process of picking up what's on top and then going deeper in the soil. Let me go ahead and get this all dug up, and I'll show you the result. We still have a second bed of white potatoes back here, but I suspect it's gonna be much of the same. So we finished with both beds digging up, and we've got about 2/3 of a milk crate, probably about 20 to 25 pounds, plus a couple that still show some green. Now, there's some controversy about eating green potatoes. A potato is a nightshade. Nightshades contain alkaloids, and whenever you see a green potato, it could have a concentration of alkaloids, that nightshade poison. And the rule of thumb is, if it tastes bitter, stay away. So just 2 potatoes that show a little green out of a whole batch, I think we're just going to edge on the safe side and leave those out. We also have 2 handfuls of these little tiny guys. And these are great by themselves, just with some butter. So what's the next step? Whew. It is extremely humid today. I am sweating, like my shirt is completely soaked. It is summertime in Missouri for sure. So next steps is going to be storing these potatoes. And what do we need to do to store them? Well, we could leave them right here in this milk crate. Move them down to the basement and use them as we need them. Now, our basement doesn't have the best storage conditions, but it's all we have. Best storage condition would be like a root cellar that maintains temperatures in the 40s up to the 50s, and a high 60 to 70% humidity that keeps the things from drying out, keeps them nice and cool. We don't have that. Our basement is climate controlled, whatever the temperature of the house, maybe a few degrees cooler, and the humidity stays about 50%, 40 to 50%, I would say. Since our basement is also a storage area, I'm not going to move just the full-on dirty potatoes. I'll give these a rinse with the hose, but I'll make sure that I lay them out, let them dry completely before moving them back into, I'll probably split these between 2 milk crates. That way we get good airflow around them, and then move them down to the basement. We got some really great potatoes here. This one is good size, but we have a lot of the potatoes that are cracked. And while I was digging, Mrs. Better Terra did some Google searches, and it looks like my nitrogen level might have been too high. So these were on the drip irrigation, and they do receive fertilizer, nitrogen fertilizer, through that drip irrigation. So perhaps that is the cause. This one here is really, really crazy. I don't know if maybe there was a pest that was eating away parts of this. I hope not, because some of these I just don't think are going to be viable like this. I think this one's going to have to be thrown out. Probably that one as well. But ones like this, it's nearly pristine. We have several nice sized ones that are pristine without being cracked. So, gonna do a little bit of research in that. I did see that we had excuse me while I wipe away the perspiration, a lot of pill bugs or roly-polies. And I'm not sure that they don't eat some of the potato itself. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of reading on that, and I'll give you an update, probably in a YouTube short for that. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this video to a close. If you've liked seeing me dig around in the dirt and pull out these potatoes, click that like button. Let us know that we're doing a good job. If you have some questions, some tips, leave them for us down in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, we harvested onions today also. That's going to be a separate episode on harvesting, curing, and storing onions. Make sure you subscribe. That's going to let you know whenever we have something new out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching me sweat on this hot July day. And come on back next time as we keep on working toward a better Terra, one potato at a time.